Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to the Legacy of Supers in HJN. So today is where I go ahead and talk about someone different. Or should I say, a group of heroes at the same time. So let me bring on to you The Incredibles. Yeah, I feel like it's about time that I go ahead and mention them here on HGN because after all, there's just been quite a lot that I will want to say about them. So let's go ahead and just get going here. The Incredibles, of course, they're a family of supers. They first got together when Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl met up together in the Metro City. They both met up with each other after a few fights broke out. And then, of course, they had 3 children, Violet, Dash, and Jack Jack, all of which had their own unique set of powers. Dash, of course, was especially well known for being lightning fast, and of course being able to utilize absolutely incredible amounts of attacks at the same time, while Violet, of course, is known for turning invisible and using force fields, while Jack Jack trumps them all. I mean, the fact that a baby could heat up to thousands of degrees at a time, I mean, turn into a giant fireball, and also become bulletproof, and not to mention the ability to turn into some sort of heinous monster, plus an anomaly of other powers that many of us were shocked to see. The fact that Jack Jack could utilize a lot of powers at the same time, it's just amazing. Meanwhile, for Helen and Bob Parr, as they're known by in real life, of course their identities are still around, remained in secrecy when they become the Incredibles. They all don red and black uniforms. All of them. And not to mention black eye masks to secretly hide their identities. I can't really tell if that's supposed to be effective because many of us today would know who's under them. And as a matter of fact, nowadays it probably can be extraordinarily difficult to try to hide your identity in that way, but history has a story. So in general, The Incredibles, of course, with their first outing back in 2004 with the film The Incredibles, and then of course with a sequel that took 14 years to come around. Yeah, it took 14 years for The Incredibles to get a sequel, and there's plenty of reasons behind that. Pixar, of course, was very busy with a lot of projects that came around. At the time, the first decade alone after The Incredibles was released, there were a lot of films and other projects that took place, such as One Man Band, the Cars trilogy, as well as some more Toy Story related stuff, not to mention plenty of others along the line, mostly original projects that took place, but Pixar does know when to come back to some of their older series. As a matter of fact, here in the 2010s was quite a time where Finding Nemo came back with the sequel Finding Dory, and then a 4th Toy Story film came out, and The Incredibles 2, of course, came out. So I will say for sure that there is going to be a series of Incredibles films to date. But Pixar, of course, is going to be absolutely busy with a lot of new original projects that they have in mind. Most recently, they've got a few of them here in 2020, like Onward and Soul. So we can expect The Incredibles 3 to be delayed for years to come. And who knows when we'll actually see a release status for it. It might not turn around for a whole decade, maybe even longer than that. Only time will tell. Well, anyways, that's pretty much all I got to talk about with The Incredibles, and I will say, it's incredible, to say the least. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.